Good morning. It's Amy Ellsworth coming to you live from the veranda with Susan Lee, and we are doing a member collective spotlight. So, Susan Lee is a body talk practitioner here within the veranda space. Oh, I should have put that on Do Not Disturb, but that's okay. So, I'm going to introduce Susan Lee, and I'm going to get you to tell us a little bit about yourself and what got you into body talk and the work that you do.
Hi. Well, in 2006, I got introduced to Body Talk and I took what was called the Access training. And that was a very short weekend class that you did 5 body talk techniques on yourself. And I just realized I was feeling better by doing that. And so it really piqued my interest, like, what is this? And I got to know more about it.
Yeah.
And so in 2007, took the fundamentals and ended up certifying with the fundamentals so that I was able to offer talking to people's bodies and getting directed into what to focus on and relay that information into the person's brain and conscious awareness for the body to utilize and make changes within. And so ever since that, I've been taking courses and more courses.
They're never ending.
And learning how amazing we are. Like, we are so truly amazing. All the things that are going on behind the scenes that we're not aware of, that body talk can bring into focus and say, brain, pay attention to this. Communicate this information to this area because it needs it right now.
Yeah, and we often, I find, underestimate how powerful our bodies actually are.
Oh.
And we don't realize how amazing our bodies are actually meant to feel until we start doing some of this work. So, like, for you, when you first took your first course there, did you have something that was going on in your life, or it was just purely curiosity?
I had not felt great for a long period of time, and it wasn't anything that you could put your finger on. It wasn't diagnosed with anything specific. I did have a lot of blue days where I just didn't have much energy. I did go through depression earlier in my life, as well as had anxiety attacks earlier in my life. But at the time that I found Body Talk, that was no longer happening for me. I just knew that life could feel better. I didn't really have a reason.
That there was something else that was available to you, and you just weren't sure what that was.
Yeah, there was no real reason for me not to feel good.
Yeah.
But I just didn't.
Yeah.
And Body Talk helped me with that. And I had tried a lot of other things previous to that. One thing that I noticed for myself was I only connected with the physical body.
Okay, yeah.
That's the only awareness that I had.
Yeah.
And once I got into the Body Talk, I realized that there's just so much more. We're just way more than just our physical body.
Yeah, energetic beings. And, you know, they say everything is energy, and it's so true. And we don't really connect with that space in our body or that part of our body. We just, you know, go with the physical. And yeah, so it's really amazing when you can incorporate those energy tools for you, Body Talk, to really get that vitality in your life. Yeah.
So the other thing that was going on, like, I had previously had a figure skating background, and so I was a figure skating coach. I was an athlete, and so I really did identify with physical, and that was, you know,
you're normal.
My normal.
And a lot of people's normal too, actually.
And then what happened? You have children, and they bring a whole different perspective into your life. Yeah, and you want to do the best that you can on their behalf as well.
Yeah, I can totally relate to that, being a mom with a little one just under 2. And it's amazing how much, even going through the pregnancy, how much that shifts your perspective, but then even more so when you give birth and you're raising this little one.
Right.
Yeah. So when you're working with your clients, like, who do you love to work with? Like, what kind of symptoms and things do you love to work with? And I know you have a lot, so.
Yeah, it's so broad. But what I really enjoy again is when people come in with a physical thing and we get into the body talk and just how rich that symptom is with its association to other things that are going on in their life. And I really find that amazing. And you never know where you're going to go when you go into a session. You don't know these people. I know when I had my first body talk session, it was like, how does she know that about me?
Right.
Because it's not on an intake form. Like, you don't verbally tell it, but the body knows. And if the body says this has to be paid attention to, then through the protocol and the way that we ask our questions, we can get to that information, bring it into conscious awareness, and then that just starts shifting things.
Yeah, and I like how you mentioned that, because it's really cool how, like, when you have someone come in to see you for a session and they might be coming in for, anxiety, but something totally different shows up that they didn't even think was a possibility to shift or change.
Right, and because in that moment in time it's priority,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's because it has to set other things to work better before you can address what the big issue is.
Yes, absolutely. I love that. Yeah, so you really do work with a wide variety of conditions and everything.
Yeah, I have not really been able to, specialize and say I like to work with just this.
Yeah.
And I guess I like a lot of variety in my life as well.
Yeah. Amazing. So if people were to contact you, what is the best way to get a hold of you? We obviously have the Veranda website, which is one option.
Right. I have a website as well. It's bodytalkhealthservice.com. And that has a wealth of information about what Body Talk is and what I do. There's a contact us button there. There's a schedule now if you want to go directly into scheduling. I'm doing an online booking system with the lady that I'm sharing, another Body Talk practitioner, Joanne Fisher. So that comes up, Fisher Body Talk Jane app. But you can book the sessions. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. And then we also, like I said, have the Veranda website where we've got a list of all of our collective members. So if this kind of went, out into space while we're chit-chatting, you can go to the Veranda website and then link to your website.
Awesome.
Yeah. So thank you so much for joining us. And we will be back next week sometime. So enjoy the week and thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Amy, too.
Bye.